Hey everyone, this is Darryl Christopher coming at you from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. It is the Lord's Day, Sunday, September 20th, 2015, and this is Comic Book Hall Review, Episode 8, Part 2. This one had to be done. This is where I'm going to be reviewing Planet Hulk number 1 to 5 and Future Imperfect number 1 to 5. And I have to say, these two Secret Wars tie-ins were definitely in the top 5 in terms of Secret Wars series that have come out of this massive comic book event for 2015 for Marvel. I give both titles, for varying reasons, a firm endorsement of 9.5 out of 10 for each title. They were completely awesome. When I grew up as a kid, I grew up with the Hulk being intellectually inferior and basically being Hulk smash, puny human, you know, that kind of one-dimensional thinking. And I think that the Hulk really took off as being one of the most amazing characters in the Marvel Universe when he got into the character of being either Doc Green or the dark and sinister ultimate warrior of body and mind that is the Maestro. And, you know, just the awesome intellect and the unstoppable strength and power of being a force to be reckoned with. I mean, this is where, like, you know, everyone should start reading the Hulk and get into this, because this is the way it should be. Like, the Hulk smash, puny human, pound you, you know, that kind of stuff, stomp and plump. That just doesn't fly. I never really got into that as a kid, and I thought it was kind of like an insult to what the Hulk could be, because why, if he is such a genius as a human being, would he be such a an inferior simpleton with all that physical force and power, being a powerful creation and a more ultimate form of existence? Like, it's always seemed kind of illogical to me. So yeah, like, definitely this is in the top 5, right up there. I think some of the best Secret Wars tie-ins were A-Force, Spider Island, House of M, and Civil War, and definitely Planet Hulk and Future Imperfect were definitely right up there at the top as some of the best stuff to come out. There was some disappointing Secret Wars tie-ins, such as Armor Wars, which wasn't that great. But these are the ones that, if you're getting into Secret Wars tie-ins and you want to read these stories, I highly recommend these ones. These ones are the best of the best, and they deliver in terms of art, storytelling, the total package. They do it all. Let's begin with taking a look at the Planet Hulk Secret Wars tie-in. So we'll start off with Planet Hulk number 1, and here you go here. And this is the story set in the Battle World realm of Greenland. It's a mission for Captain Rogers, aka Captain America, and his companion, his powerful companion, Devil Dinosaur, to rescue Bucky and kill the Red King on behalf of Lord Doom. And let's take a look at the issue itself. We have a beginning here with the Thors, Doom's superhuman police force. So here we have part 1, the Oath on Planet Hulk. Here we have Captain America. As you can see, he's more, in terms of what he represents, is a gladiatorial identity with Devil Dinosaur. Very cool stuff. Beautiful art. And here we have Doom and Doctor Strange setting up the mission. Here we have a flashback between Captain America and Bucky Barnes. Modern Marvel readers or movie lovers will also know him as the Winter Soldier, but I don't think I don't believe in this series he was referred to as such. I think he's just simply Bucky. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I made a mistake, let me know. But, so basically we have Captain America and Devil Dinosaur. I like to call him here Captain Rogers. I don't really think of him in this identity as Captain America. But he's made his way to Greenland. He's encountering some of the gamma-infused beasts in the desert of Greenland. And at the end here, you see, he doesn't say it, but he makes his first encounter with Doc Green, who in the next issue becomes his guide to take him to the Mud Kingdom of the Red King. So very cool stuff. As I said, this is way up there as one of the best. We also have a little beast story at the end. But it was really nothing to write home about, so I'm not even going to bother talking about it. It really, actually, to tell you the truth, it took away from the main story and offered really nothing in return for even being there. It was not even something I enjoyed, so that's the only thing that I can say really as a negative about this series, but it really didn't last, so it's not a big deal. Here we have Planet Hulk number 2. Here we have a map of Greenland. And this is called Part 2, The Path. And we have Captain America, aka Captain Rogers, and Devil Dinosaur taking some much needed rest after their first venture into Greenland on their quest on behalf of Lord Doom. And here we have Doc Green. Now, he was a little bit more of a man on a mission in the Hulk series before Secret Wars came out, but in this series he actually comes out to be quite insightful and cool guy. He's kind of like the guy that you'd invite over to chill with if you weren't so scared of him. He's so civilized and philosophical and deeply held in his beliefs. Is really amazing to read and see in action. I really like it a lot. I think they made the most of his character in this series. Here we have more flashbacks from Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes' past. Here we have Doc Green acting as guide. And we have Doc Green questioning the power of Doom, and Captain Rogers is quite offended by this. Here we have an encounter, flytrap kind of living plant, which is very sinister. We have another gamma-powered dinosaur taking on Devil Dinosaur. And both Doc Green and Steve Rogers make their ways into the water. They go down a waterfall, and man, look at that water gamma infused Hulk style monstrosity that they come up with next. And as you can see there by the caption with Doc Green saying come out and play, he's got this. He's ready to take it on. He loves this kind of stuff. He lives for it. It's his realm, so what do you expect? So very good stuff. Here we have issue number 3 of Planet Hulk. And this is part 3, The Storm. And as you can see, Captain Rogers is trying to fight his way out of this. But as you can see here, Doc Green is doing all the heavy lifting, taking on the biggest fight he can, because hey, he's one powerful guy. And Devil Dinosaur, as you can see, scores a victory over the monstrosity. Much to everyone's surprise, that they didn't think he had it in him, but He makes a great tag team with Captain America. Here we have more flashbacks of the past. Things are getting a little darker as they go by a road that has a wall of skulls by it, letting us know this is not a realm that you think you can walk away from. And here we have Doc Green exit the current scenario. And we find Captain Rogers, aka Captain America, taken out by the Hulks and imprisoned by him. No doubt to be taken to the Mud Kingdom. So things are not going well on his quest, as you can see. He is in quite the predicament here. Here we have Planet Hulk number 4. And this is known as Part 4, The Kingdom. And here we have Captain Rogers, aka Captain America, taken prisoner by the Hulks and taken to the Mud Kingdom. But, as you can see, Doc Green is not such a bad guy at all. He saves Captain America and he rescues him. He frees him. So things are going better than they were. Steve Rogers can taste it. He really wants to save Bucky. He's been such a good friend to him, and that's the only reason he agreed to this quest, was to save Bucky's life. So we have things go here, and at the end he finally encounters the Red King. So how about that? And then we have here the twist, the revelation. He killed Bucky and he's already dead. So how about that, everyone? Now, here we go to issue number 5 of Planet Hulk. This is the epic conclusion. This is part 5, The Chronicle. We have more action with Devil Dinosaur. As you can see, Captain Rogers is taking it all in. Not going well for him at all. It's hard for him to believe that he fought so hard to get there, only for it to end so badly. Now he's really going to take out his vengeance upon the Red King. Look at him go. He's on the warpath. Again, he's remembering the past. And in the end, he wins the fight. And there we have Doc Green re-entering the picture. And he has a few twists and revelations up his sleeves, as you can see. He is, in fact, another Steve Rogers. And Captain America just cannot believe this. And in the end, he takes the head of the Red King. He just wants to leave at this point. Doc Green has been killed by Captain America. And at the end, he just leaves to never look back. And thus endeth the chronicle. Awesome. Awesome storytelling. 9.5 out of 10 on that one. Great stuff. Now, for the final half of this video, let's take a look at Future Imperfect. This is the Secret Wars tie-in that deals with the Maestro. Now, we had it in the previous Hulk Secret Wars tie-in, Planet Hulk, where Doc Green was well-meaning, but he was manipulative in what he was doing with Captain America, and ultimately, in a way, he wanted his own death to result from it. But in Future Imperfect, the Maestro is the Baron, or the ruler of dystopia, and not everyone likes his absolute rule. So the issue begins, as you can see here, here's a little map. We have one of the resistance in the desert. She is known as Ruby. And she comes across an old, frail man in the desert who claims to be Odin. Now, she takes him. She needs his help in terms of the resistance and what he can offer, even in such a weakened state. Maybe he has guidance he can give her in terms of what to do. And he's taken to the secret underground sanctuary of the resistance, the underground. But here's the twist. It's not Odin at all. It's the Maestro in his aged Bruce Banner body, pretending to be Odin, and that's the twist. He's basically found out where the resistance, the underground, is, and he's going to take them out and render his justice and make them suffer quite swiftly for standing against him. Here he gets hit by an eye blast from Ruby. But this guy, the angrier you make him, the stronger he gets. He's just an unstoppable force. Before he can kill Ruby, something happens. And at the end, he's facing down none other than the Thing. Now, you know from previous Marvel comics, these two have a history of conflict. They've always challenged each other mano, because they both have the strength and the power. So we have a very interesting start to the series. Here we have Future Imperfect number 2. And here we have the backstory about the Thing. It's not the Ben Grimm that you think of, but he is in fact none other than Thaddeus Ross. So here's how he became the Thing. And now we have these two powers going against one another. It's an epic fight. Massive fight. These two are the strongest of the strong in the Marvel Universe. Look at that. Just crazy warfare between one another. This is, even the WWE can make things this crazy. But the Maestro, he's just too powerful. Look at him laying down the smackdown here. And then at the end, Maestro turned things around and makes to the thing an offer and an invitation, and the thing is intrigued. So there you go. Here we have issue number 3 of Future Imperfect. We have Ruby on the cover. Now you see the Resistance. They're about to make an assault on the Maestro's palace. They think they're rescuing the thing. They need some resistance from the palace guards, but that doesn't stop them. In the end, the twist at the end is that the Maestro and the thing are just chilling together and having a great time, as if they'd never been fighting at all. So how about that at the end? They have women, they have drinks, they have fruit and food. That's pretty posh. And this is where the Maestro reveals his true ambitions. He wants to take the place of doom, and he believes the way that he can do it is through the power of the Destroyer. So that's where things end there. Here we have issue number 4 of Future Imperfect. And here we have the beginning of the quest to get the armor and the power of the Destroyer. And obviously a little bit of intimidating persuasion is what's needed to get some information. And here we are. This is where they believe the Destroyer is, and they've made their way to the entrance of Nornheim. And there they encounter Ulick, who is not going to let them go any further and makes a stand against them. But as you can see, that doesn't stop them. Oops, excuse me. That doesn't stop the Maestro. They have a nice epic fight, as you can see. And as you can see there, the Maestro's really laying down the smackdown. And in the end, the final panel, you don't know this yet, but this is in fact a very aged and elderly version of Rick Jones, who is going to lead the Maestro to where the Destroyer is. So that's where things end on issue 4. And now that you've seen what happened in issue 4, we go to the epic conclusion in Future Imperfect issue number 5. As you can see here, it's a very powerful cover with Maestro on it as ruler and all-powerful absolute power. So here we have the Maestro and Rick Jones, and basically what happens here is Rick Jones reveals that he knows where the Destroyer is, and he will lead the Maestro to the Destroyer. And he makes it known to the Maestro that the Destroyer is located in Wish Central. Hey, Tinkerbell, hold on. That's my cat. She just wants attention. In a bit, Tinkerbell. I'll be there in a bit. She likes to talk a lot. Here we have Doom show up, and he's going to make a fight for his control over Battleworld as its absolute god and master. And as you can see here, the Maestro makes his move. He takes the power of the Destroyer. And look at that. That's one amazing panel. Amazing scene. The Maestro has the power of the Destroyer. And here we have him, the Maestro, defeating Doom once and for all with a decisive, killing, disintegrating blow. Wow. Now he thinks he's the all-powerful one. And basically, he's laying down the law. Bow down to me. But the truth is exactly what Rick Jones said this place is. He basically describes where he is as a wishing well. It's not real. It's fantasy. And the Maestro has believed it all, and you can see him reverting back to his Bruce Banner form. And his orders by Doom is to basically stay there in the wishing well with the Maestro now back in human form until the end of time. And that's the very sad and tragic end of the Maestro for pursuing his ambition to take the power and place in terms of rule when it comes to his fight against Doom and how it ended for him. So I have to say that was kind of sad, because I really liked really would have liked it if the Maestro really did take the Destroyer's power for real and really did make a real go of it in taking out Doom with that power, rather than it being simple fantasy. The fantasy is kind of cool, but it would have been better if it actually happened. I think that, basically Doom didn't have enough people challenge him, and the Maestro was the best bet in terms of being a worthy adversary. So it would have been so much better, but again, that's a very minor detail. In the end, I give this one, as you know, a 9.5 out of 10. It was well worth it. Awesome art, awesome story. And now you know my review, 9.5 out of 10 for both Planet Hulk and future Imperfect, as two of the best in terms of Secret Wars tie-in from the summer of 2015 that we will remember in the Marvel Universe for Secret Wars and the new beginning that is to come following this massive event. So that's it for Comic Book Hall Review Episode 8 Part 2. I hope you enjoyed this review and got something out of it. Thanks as always to the most awesome people out there. You know who you are. You are the awesome subscribers. I am nothing great. I'm nothing fantasy. I'm nothing all that really matters in the world, but to my subscribers, I thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. You're completely awesome. Thank you to all the fellow comic book lovers who make community on YouTube and make their own videos and choose to watch mine. I try to watch yours as often as I can, so thank you very much for watching mine and seeing my take on these titles. And thank you to the people bored at work and willing to watch anything. I hope that I was able to kill some time for you so you can get through your shift and get home and back to your family or whatever you're doing after work. I know how tough it can be if you have nothing to do and all you have is the internet to keep you company. So you know my channel is there for you. And thank you to all the lovers of all that is YouTube and love random YouTube videos and somehow stumbled upon this and wanted to learn about comic books. Thank you so much, everyone. Always enjoy coming to watch videos on the Reverie Soul channel. I'm your host, Darryl Christopher. You're welcome anytime. They're here for you 24/7 with new content and as much diverse content as possible. There could be videos on religion, spirituality, soap operas, comic books, music, anything and everything, even humor and comedy. And I'll be expanding the channel to have even more variety. Basically, I'm taking the UHF approach and making my channel as diverse as possible in terms of programming. Anything and everything can be a show in the future. So stay tuned for more. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, take care.